Smaet now getting himself a second squad of Bloodletters. I guess he's going for a demon-based army here. He's still got 2 squads of heretics. That's a pretty good choice. He can use the worship to very much support those 3 demon squads, which will be, of course, the 2 Bloodletters and the Blood Crusher. So that should have some pretty good synergy there. Looks like the Dreadnought's been upgraded with a multi-melta here. Curious upgrade. I would think he'd want to keep the Emperor's Wrath AoE stun on the Dreadnought for all the melee that Smaet has on the field. But opting for the multi-melta, probably going to help try to chase down that Blood Crusher. Meanwhile, you can see the Corn Marines just waiting for an ambush here. Let those Tac Marines get nice and close, and then ran around the corner, charging in there. There's an excellent special attack, knocking them right down, and that was enough to break the morale of the Space Marine squad and send it on back. Meanwhile, we've got another encounter. You can see here in the middle, the scouts and the Force Commander realizing they can't quite take on this nasty blob here in the center. Again, this same setup with the heretics worshipping in the back, supporting the demon squads, the Havoc covering the melee squads, and the Blood Crusher also lying in wait there. All in all, a pretty nice setup. Yeah, Corn Marines, one falls to the explosive blast right there, just lying in that crater. They do not get the cap on that bottom point. Smaet doing a good job of taking back the map pretty well here. That Blood Crusher really giving him a hand, keeping those scouts under control. We're going to see, looks like the Bloodletters are teleporting in, trying to get on this Dreadnought. There comes a second squad. But they were a bit premature in that. There's a lot of range support backing up that Dreadnought. That one's going to have to fall back. Plague Marine coming in, but falling under a lot of focus fire as well. Nice grenade to try to get those heretics out of there. Nothing else that scared them off. And overall, looks like Smaet's just taken back the northern side of the map here. Did get pushed off the southern side, but finally starting to get control of some VPs and tick off some points here of spirits. The Corn Marines moving in on these scouts. They need to get out of there. Those Corn Marines are very quick. Don't want to leave your scouts exposed to that melee for very long. Looks like the Assault Marines now moving in on this Blood Crusher. I don't know if they have another Melt-A-Bomb ready or whether they're waiting on the energy for that. Down to 40 energy it looks like. Meanwhile, the Melt-A-Dreadnought's trying to get in position. There's the Melt-A-Bomb. If that Dreadnought can hurry on up here, he can probably finish off that Blood Crusher without much issue. Again, the Chaos Havoc's providing some excellent support, locking down this part right here while the Blood Crusher tosses a scout aside down into that crater. Yeah, we've got Smaet moving in with a lot of melee behind to support this, and the Bloodletters teleporting in, forcing these Dreadnought attacks away. Meanwhile, looks like we had a little bit of a melee brawl down here between the Force Commander and Plague Champion, although this Blood Crusher is in perfect position to take him out. Oh, no, it looks like he's moving away. Or maybe not. There we go. There's the charge. Force Commander's on his back. He needs to get up and out of there, but it doesn't look like it. There he goes. One swing of the Blood Crusher's Demon Sword, and that was it for the Force Commander. He is down. A nice maneuver by Smaet there. Meanwhile, we're going to have another battle here in the center. That Blood Crusher is pretty low. That Melt-A-Bomb might take it out. And a Melt-A-Shot from the Dread definitely secures that. The Blood Crusher is down. Touch of Nurgle popped on the Chaos Heretics. An excellent ability, pretty much designed for the Heretics, I feel. Whenever one of those units dies, they will knock back, heal, and cause damage to nearby enemy. Look, you can just see those Space Marines flying in all directions around there. The Force Commander now trying to pressure these Corn Marines away from the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought punching still does pretty reasonable DPS and melee. And those Corn Marines might be in trouble. Oh, there goes the last one. And you can see the Force Commander, now that Blood Crusher's been taken care of, switching back to the Thunderhammer on the fly. Excellent use. Always good to keep track of your war gears. It's never a bad thing to buy too if you need the support of various war gears. Just switch back to the one that will benefit you the most. This Dreadnought's in a lot of trouble right now. He needs to get away from those bloodletters. They're moving in for the kill. Oh, an excellent scout grenade. There they go, right on all four of those bloodletters, taking one model out even. The force commander and assaults may be able to snag another one. That was perfect timing for those scouts. Moving in and protecting that Dreadnought. Meanwhile, Smaet has managed to get a triple cap of his own and bringing those VPs right back into his favor. Spirit's teleporting up, trying to get, unfortunately, a bit of a premature teleport. I know he wanted to get that triple cap down quickly, but now his force commander's in no position to deal with these Havocs. He will be able to tank that damage, at least for the decap, and after that, he's probably going to need to get out of here. You can see this Dreadnought in bad shape, but the scouts doing a quick patch-up job on that. Meanwhile, these bloodletters, now a third squad of bloodletters, actually. I didn't notice that. Really also helping with Smaet's map control, the ability to teleport around all these various walls and between corridors here on this map, really allowing him to just mob around and get control of the map and the victory points and scare off these tactical marines. A Space Marine Knows No Fear was activated, but unfortunately the phase shift on those bloodletters is going to force the tax off, because they can now just wait and not take any damage. Meanwhile, the scouts... Oh, another touch of Nurgle being put on those heretics. Those scouts are going to need to get out of there. Oh no! They were knocked exactly the direction that Smaet wanted, right into a pile of melee. The heretics do take them out. That's a scout squad down for Spirit. Meanwhile, the commander forced off the Havocs and had to retreat himself. Didn't want to find himself with a bunch of melee squads in his retreat path. Again, bloodletters moving in, just a constant stream between the three squad of bloodletters, moving in and teleporting around and harassing the vehicles of Spirit. It looks like, oh, there goes the Dreadnought. Unfortunately, and a Merciless Strike looked like it went the wrong direction there, unfortunately, unable to knock those bloodletters off of that Dread. Now a much more mobile vehicle. I guess Spirit just trying to get something a little quicker to keep the map control in his favor. He had good map control, but he is unfortunately getting pushed back now in the face of a powerful Chaos Tier 2 army. Is going to be able to get the center point, the Plague Champ with his Fist and Pestilent Strike moving in on these attacks. Oh, there's the Pestilent Strike, and they are stunned. Gonna escape into the safety of the Razorback, I think. Oh, but little did the Plague Champ know that the Razorback is filled with its own contingent of support, and he is going to have to get out of there. That's a bit too much power, even for the tankiest Plague Champion to deal with. Oh no, it looks like the Sergeant did fall on that Assault Space Marine squad. Bloodletters again teleporting around. There's really a lot to keep track of. Oh, and it looks like the Chaos Havocs upgraded with the Mark of Khorne, turning it into an autocannon that will also be able to deal with this Razorback. With 3 squads of Bloodletters and an autocannon on the field, Spirit's going to have to be very careful in keeping track of that Razorback between the teleporting and the general damage that an autocannon does to transports. He's going to have to keep a very close eye on that. The Force Commander is back up. Technology unlock beginning. And it looks like he's just Smaet's just going to go ahead and try to lock down and turn this into a Chaos Stronghold here in the center, bringing his Bloodletters and all his melee with the support. Oh, and building a Shrine of Nurgle, which will let him add additional healing and let him reinforce some squads on the field here. So that is going to be his response to the Razorback. He says, "You can reinforce, I can too." Plus, look at that, just bringing units back onto the field, getting a nice AoE heal. This is this is not what you want to see as a Space Marine player. This is going to be very tough to break here. Again, several squads of melee, supported by an autocannon with the AoE heal and the just the general interruption that the Plague Champion and Heretics can cause. It's going to be very difficult to deal with that. Spirit, meanwhile, moving into Tier 3, Smaet has a very high power income right now, and just sitting on all of that, choosing to go a very heavy tier 2 as opposed to pushing into tier 3. Spirit obviously going for the stronger Space Marine tier 3, probably going to try to get some Terminators on the field. He does look like he has the red power and wreck for it, so I'm sure we'll see them dropping in momentarily. It'll be interesting to see whether he goes for ranged or melee Terminators. The D-Strike Terminators or the Assault Terminators. Both sides having a very powerful melee force right now.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, it looks like he's just kind of waiting to regroup here. There's the Terminators. Didn't bring his full squad in, but hoping the Terminators and Assault Marines are going to be enough to push back this center. It's probably his first time seeing that shrine there, though. The Havocs are going to get out of there upon the threat. Oh, the touch of Nurgle yet again. But meanwhile, these Bloodletters up top are getting hammered. They do get out of there barely. And a knockback on those Heretics is going to negate that touch of Nurgle. If they're not in the midst of everything, it doesn't really do too much. Now, Smaet is pretty well spread out now. I think... I'm not sure what Spirit is kind of hanging back. What Spirit has is definitely enough to deal with these three squads in the middle. The Tax, Razorback, and Assaults with Terminators could certainly deal with Heretics, Bloodletters, and the Plague Champ, but I think it's now or never. He needs to move in here. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. His scouts moving down to the bottom. Unfortunately, I guess Spirit wants to regroup, but that's just giving Smaet equal time to get back in here. See, his Khorne Marines are setting back up, and the Bloodletters, I'm sure, are going to be coming out here soon. He really should have moved in, I feel like, right there. Now, with the support of his Force Commander, here he goes. Might be too late with everything else moving back out onto the map. He needs to do something. You can see the Bloodletters waiting in the middle here. Good positioning because they can either support the middle or teleport down to this bottom victory point if they need to. Here comes the big battle. Smoke grenade drop there trying to protect that Razorback while he moves in with his melee. I unfortunately just don't quite think he's going to have what he needs to take this down. His victory points are ticking away. The Bloodletters are capping the top point. He had to jump out with his Assault Marines. Melt on that Blood Crusher. Another Blood Crusher was purchased. Really, just all these demons excelling under the support of the Heretic Warship. Bloodletters escaping it. Unfortunately, doesn't look like... Oh no, here comes a teleport on the Scouts, which are going to try to even this out. I don't think that Spirit is going to be able to get back this victory. There go his last couple points ticking away. And I believe that's going to be the game. Good game, well played by both sides. Some really good positioning, and you can just see how the Chaos Army scales incredibly well in Tier 2. And all that melee and demon synergy combined with Heretic Worship really paid off for Smaet. Locking down that center victory point. Anyways, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed the game and my commentary. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe or stop by my channel. I have a few more up, and I'll be posting more on a regular basis. Thanks for watching. Red-Rupee signing off. Catch you guys next time.